that's fine, that's your copy, and then sign one of those for me. The next one that we have is ticket 2024-200-0012090 for trespass after notice, and I have Officer Austin Burton, and this is from May 21st of 2024. Can you give me some facts on that one?
Yes, Your Honor. On May 21st, I was dispatched to 110 Johnson Street in the city of Pickens, in reference to a male subject inside that they knew to be on trespass. They asked him several times to leave. The postmaster did. However, the subject continued to stand in the parking lot. They said he looked like he was talking to someone that wasn't there, fighting the air, etc. When I arrived on scene, I observed Mr. Williams to be on scene. I did find the trespass notice that I specifically served on him back in March. He was placed under arrest and put on his charges. And I'd like to recommend the same as Staff Sergeant Guthrie did on the previous ones, the max penalty allowed.
Alright. How do you wish to plead to the trespass after notice charge?
Still guilty, same as the last charge.
Okay, and you understand by pleading guilty to this one, you're still waiving your right to have an attorney represent you. You're not under the influence of any alcohol or drugs, and, you waive your right to a jury trial on this.
Yes, ma'am.
Alright, I'm gonna accept your guilty plea on this one. I'm gonna sentence at 30 days or $465 by October 25th. And I'm giving you paperwork and all that, so that you can keep up with it.
Thank you. And, I'm also gonna try City Hall, so how would you recommend we go about that?
You would only go there to pay it, you walk in, pay it, and walk out and leave.
Okay.
Don't hang out, don't go in there to ask them when it's due. You have the paperwork telling you when it's due, and that's when you go and pay.
Okay, that's all I'm planning to worry about. That's all I'm worried about, honestly.
If you'll sign above my name and on at least one of those.
All right.
And sign at least one of those.
What was the date on that one?
On this last one? 5/21. Alright, so the next two are disorderly conduct, which is 5102, call 068-3587 for disorderly conduct, and then 3588 for pedestrian in the roadway. These were also on May 21st, and I have Officer Guthrie on these, if you can present.
Your officer, your honor, on 5/21/24, Staff Sergeant Guthrie was on patrol in the city of Pickens. When I observed Mr. Williams to be standing in the roadway, cussing at cars, they drove by and causing a traffic hazard. I placed Mr. Williams at the Carolina Fund to, place him under arrest for pedestrian in the roadway and disorderly conduct.
Alright, Dennis, how you wish to plead to the public disorderly conduct
Same as the others.
and pedestrian in the roadway?
Same as the others.
And you understand, just like the others, you're waiving your right to have an attorney to represent you, you're also waiving your right to have a jury trial, you're not under the influence of any alcohol or drugs.
No, ma'am. There's two different disorderly conducts.
Yes.
Both are 816. I need the exact number before I get out of here.
So this is for trespass. Due by October 25th. 465, 465. This was due by. This was due by 30 days. That, by that day. Those two will go together. Makes sense.
Thank you.
So it's 425.
Okay, that's, I was confused, that's all. I didn't know. I know now.
That's what you need to pay attention.
All right, thank you.
Alright, on the disorderly conduct, I'm gonna accept your guilty plea on the sense that the 30 days are $257.50 by December 20th.
Gosh, you were right, man. I might let off some of this.
And then on the pedestrian in the roadway, I'm gonna accept your guilty plea on that one. And that one will be 30 days or $232.50 by December 20th.
It's only 2 hours.
You'll sign down on the bottom of those.
Oh, yeah, I'll find it. I think I know yours. I think I know yours.
Order it, I don't think is it the same order?
So that one. 8 is yours for a DUI.
He's outside.
Okay, so that was one for the jail.
Courtney.
Two for the jail. That mentioned the leave.
Who's the order?
He said something about you, this is what they have.
I got the Josh order.
Which one did you give back?
This one. Alright, you're pretty good.
All right, see y'all.
Okay.
Come on. All right.
It's sorry if I put my stuff right here, Your Honor.
Alright, next on the docket is Charles Wardlaw, ticket number 5102, P as in Paul, 0683965. And I have Officer Ogdenfuss on the, case, if you can give me some facts.
April 29th, while conducting a property check at the Tractor Supply store located within the city of Pickens, I observed an unknown male near the entrance of the store swinging the kid and made contact with the individual, who was later identified as Charles Woodlaw. As Mr. Woodlaw, while he was at the store and he stated he was supposed to be there, I informed him that the store was closed and no one was to be there. He stated he was waiting for them to open so he could buy a gas tank. I asked Mr. Woodlaw if he knew what time it was. He said that his phone had died. I informed Mr. Woodlaw that it was midnight and the store did not open for several hours. While interacting with Wardlaw, I observed he was slurring his speech. His features were dilated, language, and almost falling over multiple times. As Mr. Wardlaw, if he'd taken anything or drank anything, he said no. He then changed his answer to stating he took blood pressure medication earlier that day. He then refused to answer any other questions. I informed Mr. Wardlaw he was under arrest for public disorderly conduct and placed him in handcuffs. I then conducted a search incident to arrest where I located an Altoids container containing 4 green pills with the impression of ARI2, which was identified as epredazole, which is not a controlled substance but a prescription only medication for bipolar and schizophrenic. A marijuana pipe with residue was also located in the box, along with a clear pipe commonly used to smoke methamphetamine. I secured Mr. Warlaw in my front passenger seat of my patrol car and took him to the detention center. While en route, Mr. Warlaw did admit to taking some of the pills, but did not state how many. He was then turned over to jail staff and issued a ticket for public disorderly conduct. Also, Judge said Mr. Warlaw he informed us that he's taking dialysis and has multiple medical problems and an extensive medical history. I do request a reduced fine if possible and an extended time to pay.
All right, Mr. Wardlaw, how do you wish to plead to this charge?
Your Honor, I don't understand the nature and the causes of the action brought against me. Could you answer a few questions?
Okay, so here's the thing. You're at a place of business after midnight. They close at 9. So obviously they're not open. And you are obviously either under the influence of something, but the officer didn't charge you. You had possession of drug paraphernalia on you, but the officer didn't charge you.
I didn't.
Did you not just testify to me that he had a,
Yes, ma'am, he had a marijuana pipe with
and a
residue
meth
and
pipe? Yes, those are drug
Objection, Your Honor. That's not facts. If that was drug paraphernalia, he would have charged me with drug paraphernalia.
That's what I'm saying. He did not charge you with that. He was nice enough to just charge you with public disorderly conduct and not stack up charges for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Which would have been bigger fines.
Even if he would have charged me with drug paraphernalia, it still would have been fruit of the poison tree, Your Honor.
Okay. Are you pleading guilty or not guilty? I'm not here for a
yes,
show
ma'am.
and nobody
Okay,
else
yes,
is.
ma'am. I don't understand the nature and the cause of the
Okay.
charges
The nature of
against
the
me.
cause is you were charged with public disorderly conduct because you are at a business after hours in the middle of the night walking around. So obviously, somebody made a call or somebody saw you there for them to come up there.
I was conducting a property check.
Okay, so he was riding through doing a property check, and there you are. And, your actions were enough for him to have probable cause to charge you with public disorderly conduct.
Okay, can I have a couple of questions answered before I make my, plea? Is this a civil action or a criminal action, Your Honor?
This is a criminal charge.
Okay, the United States Constitution, Article 1, Section 8, Clause 17 says that
I'm gonna
there's
stop you
2
right there.
criminal
I'm gonna stop you right there.
jurisdictions.
I'm gonna stop you right there.
So are we under common law jurisdiction or are we under
This is
Admiralty
Pickens Municipal
Maritime?
Court, and you were charged with public disorderly conduct, so you are either being asked, you're being asked, are you pleading guilty or not
Yes.
guilty?
Yes, sir, and that's what I'm trying to
Okay.
determine what I'm gonna tell you.
I'm not gonna sit here and let you state the article of the Constitution to
Okay.
me, because that's not
Well,
what we're.
that's already over with. Yes, ma'am. Well, so what I'm wanting to find out is, am I under a common law jurisdiction or maritime admiralty? Those are the 2 jurisdictions the Constitution grants. Yes.
You were arrested for the charge of public disorderly conduct, which is a criminal charge.
Well, Your Honor, I motion to dismiss for lack of intent. I motion to have my charges dismissed for lack of intent.
Lack of intent of what?
There's no mens rea. I wasn't there to commit a crime. I wasn't on drugs. The only one of us that could know if I was on drugs is me, not him. And so I motion to have my charge
Can you answer to
dismissed.
me why you are at a place of business in the middle of the night?
Because I walked to town and I got sick and I wasn't going back to town. I had to do some work on my property and I wasn't going back home from town without getting what I come for. I know it was late, but that's the only thing I done. He didn't arrest me for all that stuff he said about slurring my speech and all that. Nobody called on me. I wasn't bothering anybody. There wasn't even no crime. He's mad because I wouldn't give him my ID when he asked for it. That's what he got butt hurt, because I wouldn't give him my ID. So he just said, well, you might can beat the charge, but you ain't gonna beat the ride. That's what I'm looking at, Your Honor. And I just want to be able to intelligently, make a informed plea, which I think we should dismiss it as what I motion for lack of intent. There's no mens rea. They can't prove a mens rea. They don't have any evidence of any crime that I've committed. So what's the purpose of going to jury
Let me
trial?
ask you this question. I'm not related to you whatsoever, okay? I show up on your property, let's just say 1 o'clock in the morning, and I sit there. You're gonna allow me to sit there. You're not gonna come out and ask me questions. You're not gonna call the police on me. You're gonna let me sit there. You don't know me from a man in the moon. I'm gonna show up on your property and I'm gonna sit there.
It doesn't matter what, I would expect people would come if I had a store as huge as Tractor Supply where people buy stuff.
Not in the middle of the night when they close at 9
Yeah.
p.m.
But I couldn't get back home and I had to get my stuff. I was gonna get back home, but I had to walk to town. I got sick and had to go to the ER. And then I was already in town. I wasn't going back home, so I got what I come for. My hemoglobin had been down for months. I had 20 kilograms of excess fluid on. I could barely
So, Mr.
walk.
Wardlaw, you're telling me that you are this deathly sick and you're gonna walk to town to Tractor Supply in the middle of the night to sit out there and, I don't even know.
I left
was it
in the
raining,
day. It
cold,
wasn't-
whatever the weather temperatures were, to sit there for, approximately 8 hours. Let me see. Yeah, approximately 8 hours for them to open up, for you to get something to walk back home with. So you're too sick to walk home
Well,
at midnight,
yeah, I
but you're
was.
going to sit somewhere.
I was too sick to
that's
be out
closed.
walking, period.
But you're gonna sit somewhere
But
that's closed
I
and
had-
not a safe environment for 8 hours.
I was in a safe environment. They wasn't the only
Sitting on
the
the
only
sidewalk.
danger I faced was this guy with a gun and a badge that's on a power trip.
That's not a danger.
It was to me. The man
Right.
showed up,
So
said I
here's
was
my
on
question.
something and
Here's
put me
my
in
question.
jail with no proof of any
I'm
crime.
not here for a show. Here's my question.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty or not guilty?
I
on this
motion to
charge?
dismiss, have my charges dismissed, Your
I'm not
Honor.
dismissing this charge.
Okay, well, then that goes to my next question. Are we under common law or maritime admiralty jurisdiction?
You can argue with me all day long.
I'm not arguing, I'm
gonna
asking a
dismiss
question.
This charge, and I
Okay.
explained to you, this is a criminal charge. I don't do maritime law
So
and
then,
all of that.
we under common law jurisdiction then?
Right now, you're in the city of Pickens
This is
jurisdiction.
the city of Pickens, and you were charged with a criminal charge.
So is that common law or is that maritime admiralty?
Okay, are you pleading guilty or not guilty? That's my question.
Once I have a couple of questions answered, I will enter my
Okay.
plea, Your Honor.
I've answered your questions.
So we're under common law then?
I've answered this twice already.
No, ma'am.
You are in the Pickens Municipal Court,
Uh-huh.
which is in the city of Pickens, South Carolina. You are charged with public disorderly conduct, which is a criminal charge.
Okay, so are we under common law jurisdiction or maritime admiralty?
There is no maritime here in my courtroom,
So then we're under common law.
if that's what you want to call it.
Okay, in that case, Your Honor, I motion to dismiss based on lack of an injured party.
I'm
Is
not
there anybody
dismissing this
present
charge.
that has,
I'm
that
not
can claim I
dismissing this
injured,
charge.
haven't committed an injury against them? There ain't nobody here, Your Honor.
Here are the options that you're gonna be faced with. You're either gonna tell me you're guilty or not guilty. If you wanna stand here and keep arguing with me, then I'm gonna hold you in contempt of court and you can go spend a few days at the jail.
Well, Your Honor, I'm not arguing. I was just simply trying to have some questions answered that
And I'm
the
answering those
citizen.
questions and you keep repeating yourself, and I am not gonna sit here all day for a show.
Right, you said we're under the common law jurisdiction, so under common law jurisdiction, then I motion to dismiss based on lack of an injured party or anyone here present that
There's
can
not
claim I have an
party
injury.
here.
Thank you, Your Honor. let the record reflect there's no injured party, nobody's been injured, no crime was committed.
Just because there's no injured party does not mean there was a crime not committed.
In common law it does. And I don't see how we can just go
Okay,
forward.
in the state of South Carolina, I'm gonna read this to you. And I go by the state law, not maritime law, or any other laws that you are, coming up with, because
I didn't come up with
I
it.
go by the South Carolina state law, and this is what it states for the charge that you are being charged with. I'm gonna read this out to you. And then I am not going to, entertain any more with you. All right, public disorderly conduct, it's section 1617-530. And let me see. A person who is found on any highway or at any public place or public gathering in a grossly intoxicated condition or otherwise conducts himself in a disorderly or boisterous manner, uses obscene or profane language on any highway or at any public place or gathering or in hearing distance of a schoolhouse or a church, while under the influence or seeming to be under the influence of intoxicating liquor without just cause or excuse, discharges any gun, which this isn't gonna pertain to you, I'm reading it all to you, okay?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the
Discharges
statutes,
any
Your Honor.
gun, pistol, or other firearm while upon or within 50 yards of any public road or highway except upon his own premises, is guilty of a misdemeanor and upon conviction must be fined not more than $100 or in prison for not more than 30 days. Now, all the elements are there. There's probable cause for him to arrest you for public disorderly conduct. So, my question is, are you pleading guilty or not guilty?
Well, Your Honor, at this time, I'm here in propria persona as the beneficiary to the state of the all capital letter name, Charles, Charles, all caps, H. Wardlaw, all caps. I'm here as the beneficiary to the estate of Charles Wardlaw II. I'm here in propria persona, and at this time, I wish you to challenge jurisdiction.
All right, I'm gonna find you guilty of this charge and I'm gonna sentence you to,
Objection, Your Honor.
there's no objection.
There is an objection, I just objected. I'm objecting because it's my job, or my attorney's
I'm not
job.
gonna sit here and argue with you all day. I have explained to you there was a probable cause to charge you. You have been, very argumentative with me. You were argumentative out in the lobby earlier, and I'm not going for that. I'm not doing the whole.
Well, you don't get to just find me guilty either.
So you're gonna stand there and tell me what my job is and how I can and how I can't do? I am the one that makes the decision. I am the judge, and I am finding you guilty, and I'm sentencing you to 15 days or pay a fine of $257.
I'll take the 15 days then, crank the bus up. Let's go to jail, cause I got to go to dialysis. They can
Okay.
feed me. I'm not paying anything, and y'all can take me to dialysis too. I'll go tell my driver. I'm gonna tell him he can leave. He's been waiting here with me since 8 this morning.
I'll leave forward when you're not done yet.
I'm not done yet.
Alright. Your Honor, I object. That's practicing law from the bench. It's my job or my
I'm
attorney's
finished.
job.
I have rendered my sentence. You have told the court that you're not gonna pay a fine, that you would rather do the 15 days, so I'm gonna sentence you to the 15 days, and I will let the officers, take you over to the jail and you can start serving those days. Give me just a minute to do the commitment order and then they can take you over there.
All right, can I tell my driver? I've got property in my driver's car also.
Well, that's something they can take with them because you won't be able to have it at the jail.
Well, no, I can't leave my property. It's got my stuff in it. He's a driver for a ride company that gets people that's on
Okay.
this disability.
All
And furthermore, Officer Ogdenfuss
Okay,
deprived me of my
I'm done.
property.
I'm done, I'm done.
Can I let him know right quick?
Officer Ogdenfuss, if you wanna walk him out to,
All right, can I get my stuff too? I mean, you done took my stuff one time, Ogdenfuss. You did. You took it.
I'll hold on to this. Put your hands behind your back for me.
Charlie 11, or Charlie 13, local.
You got a handcuff on?
Your Honor, y'all will be hearing from an attorney next time, because what you done is wrong. You entered the judicial
you wanna keep on
determination.
because I can add more time.
I mean, I don't care.
I am not liking your
Hey,
attitude.
I can
and
use
you're not
the
gonna
vacation.
stand there and tell me how to run my courtroom. I will tell you that right now.
What you done was wrong, Your Honor.
Well, that's your problem.
You're right, and it's gonna be y'all's problem when I get an attorney. I gotta get my property out of your thing.
Yeah, if it's stuff, you might get, because I still got the stuff. Go with that officer right there. Mr. Heaton, come on, sir.
Where's he going?
Jail.
And I gotta get my
15
stuff
days.
too from this guy right
You gotta
here.
get stuff out of that guy's car.
Yeah.
Yeah, Burton's waiting on him.
Waiting on him?
Or Burton or somebody's supposed to be coming and getting them, so.
Alright, you'll walk out there with me and get your stuff?
Yeah. That guy's a piece of crap for doing this. Well, the judge, she just said I was guilty because she didn't like the questions I was asked. She said I was being argumentative. Right over here, it's this van. Man, I'm sorry, buddy. I would have told you. I was trying to, do what I need to do to talk to her. And
Yes, sir. No,
thank you.
that's all your stuff, buddy?
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
sir.
a couple in there.
And my bag with my food in it, I had like 4 boiled eggs.
Okay.
Wait, let me see if I feel
you want me to
that.
open it up?
Yeah, see if there's a bag, a Ziploc bag.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, yeah, it's in there. It's in there. Can I hit my vape a little bit before we go
Yeah,
back
I'm
in?
on. Oh,
Are you military, sir? Ex-military?
no, I wish I was.
Well, I like your American flag
thank you.
tattoo.
You want to get his vape out? I don't have a right.
It's right here.